Hi, first graders. Today marks the start of a new writing unit. In the weeks to come, we'll be getting to know the author, Kevin Henkes, pretty well. Today, let's take a closer look at one of his stories, Owen. Pay close attention to the story elements this writer chooses to add in. Let's review what story elements are. Story elements are characters. Some authors use real people in their stories as characters. Some add characters like animals and pretend characters like unicorns and aliens. As you listen to the story Owen, think about the characters that Kevin Henkes uses in his story. Another story element is the setting. Some writers use real settings like houses and cities and parks, and some writers use pretend settings like shoes and imaginary places that don't really exist. As you listen to the story Owen, think about the settings that Kevin Henkes uses in his story. Another story element is a problem and a solution. A problem is something that needs to be fixed, such as a rainy day, something else that makes a character upset or really angry. And a solution is how the problem got fixed. For example, this boy is getting all wet in the rain. The solution was he finally got an umbrella and some rain boots. As you listen to the story Owen, think about, is there a problem in this story? And if so, what was the solution? How did the problem get fixed? In this story, the character has an item that he really cares about. Listen carefully for story elements like characters, settings, and whether there was a problem and a solution. Owen had a fuzzy yellow blanket. He'd had it since he was a baby. He loved it with all his heart. Fuzzy goes where I go, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Upstairs, downstairs, in between, inside, outside, upside down. Fuzzy likes what I like, said Owen, and Fuzzy did. Orange juice, grape juice, chocolate milk, ice cream, peanut butter applesauce cake. Isn't he getting a little old to be carrying that thing around? Asked Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the blanket fairy? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. That night, Owen's parents told Owen to put Fuzzy under his pillow. In the morning, Fuzzy would be gone, but the blanket fairy would leave an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific big boy gift in its place. Owen stuffed Fuzzy inside his pajama pants and went to sleep. No blanket fairy, said Owen in the morning. No kidding, said Owen's mother. No wonder, said Owen's father. Fuzzy's dirty, said Owen's mother. Fuzzy's torn and ratty, said Owen's father. No, said Owen. Fuzzy is perfect, and Fuzzy was. Fuzzy played Captain Plunger with Owen. To the rescue! Fuzzy helped Owen become invisible. Bet you can't see me. And Fuzzy was essential when it came to nail clippings and haircuts and trips to the dentist. Can't be a baby forever, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of the vinegar trick? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. When Owen wasn't looking, his father dipped Owen's favorite corner of Fuzzy into a jar of vinegar. Owen sniffed it and smelled it and sniffed it. He picked a new favorite corner. Then he rubbed the smelly corner all around his sandbox, buried it in the garden, and dug it up again. Good as new, said Owen. Fuzzy wasn't very fuzzy anymore, but Owen didn't mind. He carried it and wore it and dragged it. He sucked it and hugged it and twisted it. What are we going to do? Asked Owen's mother. School is starting soon, said Owen's father. Can't bring a blanket to school, said Mrs. Tweezers. Haven't you heard of saying no? Owen's parents hadn't. Mrs. Tweezers filled them in. I have to bring Fuzzy to school, said Owen. No, said Owen's mother. No, said Owen's father. Owen buried his face in Fuzzy. He started to cry and would not stop. Don't worry, said Owen's mother. It'll be all right, said Owen's father. And then suddenly, Owen's mother said, I have an idea. It was an absolutely wonderful, positively perfect, especially terrific idea. First she snipped, then she sewed, and then she snipped again and sewed some more. Snip, 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 sew, sew, sew. Dry your eyes, wipe your nose. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Now Owen carries one of his not so fuzzy handkerchiefs with him wherever he goes. And Mrs. Tweezers doesn't say a thing. I hope you enjoyed that story, friends. Today, after you listen to this story, you can answer 3 parts in this assignment. Question 1. What do you notice about the characters? Who were they and how did they look? Think about the story elements you reviewed. Were they real people, animals, or creatures? Number 2, what do you notice about the setting? Where was it? Was it a real setting or a pretend setting? Where did the story take place? Number 3, did Kevin Henkes add a problem and solution in the story, Owen? If so, what were they? What was upsetting Owen? And think about how the problem got fixed. If you need to go back in the video and stop and read it over again, you can do that, friends. You can handle this assignment by typing into the document, printing it out, or answering the questions on your very own paper. You could even answer these questions by sending a video. Bye, friends.